Hey, this is Bobby with Playing with Pizza, and today we're going to look at stretching dough, which has always been a challenge for me. Here I have floured the board, the counter, I'm flouring the top of the dough, and now I'm going to try to get it into a circle. I'm going to try to be careful and not get the edges flat because I want a crust, which the Italians call, cornicione. I believe that's it. I just had a mental freeze. Now I'm dusting the top again. And here I'm just eyeballing, hitting with flour and just trying to work. Now here it's just stretching, putting your hand on the side of the dough and stretching it. And that's the way they do Neapolitans. Here I'm just using my knuckles to let the dough fall by gravity, and there we have it. You can see I try to stay away from the edges, but they still look a little flat, but that's okay because when you bake this thing in a preheated oven at 550 degrees on a pizza steel, it's going to puff up a little bit. So there's one, just kind of eyeballing, stretching, and it always helps to have a good dough. Now the second one, we're going to flour the counter again, and we're going to flour the dough as well. And here I'm going to be a little bit more tactical. Again, pressing from the middle out. Try to keep your fingers at an angle so they don't just break through the crust. So keep them at an angle. Try to keep about a good ½ inch around the edge or the cornicione. And here is more like a Neapolitan style where you put your finger on the edge, you stretch the dough, do a quarter turn, and that's kind of a Neapolitan style. Now there's another style I learned, and I don't know where I learned it, but it's just you just pull the dough out like that, do a quarter turn, pull the dough out, do a quarter turn, and that's another way of stretching your dough. And so now you got the eyeball on it, you got the hand stretch, and then I don't know what that one's called. Finally, this is a little something I picked up from Frank Giacinto, and it's what he calls the oil method. Put a little bit of oil down on your counter, right? And this is kind of a neat way. Now here I'm using 20 ounces of dough, and this is dough that I was experimenting with, half bouncer flour, half all-purpose. And again, I'm going to try to keep a nice edge on it, start in the middle and work out, and try to develop that crust. And now here with the oil, now I'm just putting it on my knuckles, a little gravity feed. I'll probably dust it here with some flour in a second, but just pressing it out, working it, hit it with a little flour, and with that oil, that the dough just moves rather easily. Now because I have so much dough, I'm kind of tossing this a little bit. I normally don't like to toss the dough. One, I'm not good at it, and two, you tend to get a very thin center. So now just trying to work the edges again, doing a knuckle with my knuckles and doing a gravity feed. And so my pizza screen is like 16 inches. I use 20 ounces of dough to get a really big New York style pizza. And like I said, it was just too much. Now I like the oil method. It really helped getting that dough stretched. But if you're having trouble stretching your dough like I always seem to do, try one of these methods. And with that finished product, you can manja. Ciao. Thanks for watching.